Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we started our journey in Northrend and made our way to Vengeance Landing in Howling Fjord. And today, we are going to continue questing here. One of the NPCs that we were trying to turn a quest into last episode died right in front of us, got slain by a dwarf. So today, we're going to turn that in. We'll see if she has any more quests for us. There she is.
What brings you here? I am listening.
This marks undisputable victory for our forces. Anselm will be most glad to hear about this. Alright. Nice spell power dagger. I'm not too sure if it's better than the staff we got, is it? Actually, yeah, it is. Alright, nice.
Hello.
Report to Anselm. Let's send word back to old Anselm then. Victory has come later than expected, but better late than never. Tell him it will take our forces a few hours at most to finish off the stragglers here. Glory to the Banshee Queen. Alright, looks like we have beaten the Alliance. We have now taken Vengeance Landing. Now, I wonder if we have an offhand to use with this. I know we got a wand last episode, but we don't have an offhand for this, which is too bad. And this may be the last day where I use bartender, because it just keeps on messing up. For some reason, this bar right here, the micro menu, it just keeps on like disappearing. It's getting kind of annoying. I'll try to look up more ways to like fix it, but it just doesn't seem to be fixing itself. Yeah, it looks like we need an offhand. So I guess we'll just stick with I think this is still better even without like an offhand. So we'll just we'll just wait until we get one, I guess. Alright, let's report this to Anselm.
I'm listening.
It was about time. The Alliance has been a thorn in our side for a long time now. There's no time to celebrate. However, look to the west. It appears we have visitors.
Goodbye.
A score to settle.
Our time will come.
This elf prince thinks he can come to my town, insult my queen, kill my men, and get away with it. He thinks we're going to stand... Oh, what the heck's going on? Archers, ready. Hold your fire.
Victory for Sylvanas.
What fool dares to enter Her Majesty's dominion? Ah, but it is you who intrudes on our master's territory. He could wipe you out in an instant for that transgression alone. Arthas does not have much love for or patience for his escaped slaves, but he has learned of your victory over Stormwind's North Fleet and thinks you have potential to see reason and abandon Sylvanas' childish rebellion. Arthas is prepared to offer you power beyond your imagination. The puny army you lead here would pale in comparison to the phalanxes at your command if you returned to the Scourge's embrace. Behold the Vrykul, a race that has perfected war and destruction to the point of an art form. Already, they've cast their lot with the Lich King. Their dwellings surround you, and their numbers are easily 5 times yours. The choice is yours, Anselm. Return to the Lich King army and fight alongside them, or remain loyal to your so-called queen and suffer their wrath as they drive you from their homelands. Is that all you come to say? Send those scumbags back to hell, fire at will. Such a futile gesture. What the heck? Just takes all their souls. Listen to your men's dying breaths as I drink in their souls. This will not be the last you hear of me. I will return to spit on your corpse after Utgard's armies are descended upon you. Alright. Well, that was quite the confrontation there.
Dark Lady.
Self Prince thinks he can come to my town, insult my queen, kill my men, and get away with it? He thinks we're going to stand by while the hordes of Utgard build up to launch an attack? Not in a million years. You're going to walk right into Utgard and kill him in front of any of these Vrykul gorillas that might be watching. I want Arthas to know that we've arrived and we're playing for keeps.
Beware the living.
Alright, looks like we have a request for Utgard Keep. Alright. And there are some professions that I found out where we can upgrade them. Here's the engineering trainer.
Speak quickly.
So we can get Grandmaster Engineering.
Trust no
Working
one.
day and night. Become a Grandmaster in 2 professions. And the fishing one is just over here. And we only needed 350 for it, so I kind of went a little overboard with that. But it's all good. There we go. We're Grandmaster Fisherman. Skills to pay the bills. Become a Grandmaster in fishing, first aid, and cooking. I wonder if she sells anything.
I haven't got all day.
Nope. No upgrades. Alright, so we got a couple of quests left to do here. So I guess we'll get those done. So let's use this leash. We'll get one of the dogs. He'll show us where to go. Gotta love escort quests in WoW. What's going on here? The hound appears to pick up a scent from the north and prepares to sprint to its source. There we go. Looks like he smells some fish in the sea. These the crabs we need to fight? Yeah, they are. I guess we'll just come back. We'll get these guys later. Don't want to fall behind. We got little baby crabs here. Dagger looks pretty awesome. I like the glowing. I know it's not an enchant, but it looks like it's enchanted. Oh, look what we found, some Vrykul. Gonna be fighting a lot of these guys. And I recently started playing the Druid again. We got the Journey to the Lich King, or Road to the Lich King, as I'm calling it. And we're going to try to get him geared up, and hopefully he'll be able to defeat the Lich King when Ice Crown Citadel comes out. Now, I'm not too sure what we'll do with this mage at the end. When we get him to 80. It would be cool to do something with him. Because we leveled up all these professions, right? The scaly scroll is covered in stark painted images. You've a feeling this is the sort of thing the kennel keeper had in mind when he asked you to look for clues. Upon closer inspection, the scroll appears to be heavily illustrated map of the Fjord. The location of various villages are depicted in what seems to be tribal symbols. The location of Vengeance Landing is marked with a disproportionately large skull. This map will almost certainly be of military value to High Executor Anselm. Nope. Really like that. Yeah, I'm not too sure what we'll do with this guy when we hit 80 with him. Most likely the Druid will be my main. And if I wanted to probably do anything with this guy, I don't know, we'll see how this server is. We'll see how it goes when he hits 80. But, yeah, the server's lost a lot of people ever since it started. There was a lot of hype back in September, though. There was so many people playing on this server, because it was like, you know, a fresh server. It wasn't, you know, infected by bots yet. Which was a big deal. And then slowly over time, it just people just kind of left it. I think people really just treated it as just like an old server that they came to just to play on for fun. And then as time went on, they went back to, you know, the server where all their other characters are. Which makes sense. It's kind of hard to leave the server, you know, you started playing Classic on. I've always had my main character on Fairlina, so I doubt that's going to change. But it would be cool just to see what the server's all about when we hit 80. See what's going on. I know the Horde side is the minority on this server. It's a Alliance server from what I've heard. The Alliance have won the war. There was a lot of battles going on. I think they had like raids invading cities and stuff. It was a lot of fun at the beginning. I was a low level, so I never really got to participate in anything like that, but did witness quite a bit. And I'm happy Blizzard did that. Fresh servers are always, you know, a lot of fun. Starting from level 1 again is always a blast. And I hope they keep doing that with Classic WoW. There we go, we got our first toxin. See if we can group up some of these crabs. Hit this guy with one of these. We'll hit this guy with one of these. We'll do one of those. Hopefully we can get all of our toxins here. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy leveling Northrend. It's a great expansion. Like, I really don't mind leveling in either of the zones. Like, all the zones are great. There's literally not one zone I don't like. There's some I do prefer over others. That's for sure, but I don't mind really leveling in any of these zones. They're all really good. Like, the two that I think are, like, maybe, like, I'm not the most hyped about, I guess it's, like, Borean Tundra and I guess Zuldrak. Every other zone, I really like. But these zones aren't bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're both pretty good zones. Borean Tundra is pretty awesome. Especially on the Horde side. You know, you got Sourfang and Garrosh, like, just hanging out in that, I forget the name of the place. It's a pretty awesome Horde base. And I wouldn't be surprised if people think, like, on Horde side, Borean Tundra's better than Howling Fjord. Like, I would agree with a couple people, you know. If they said that, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. But for Alliance side, I'd always come to Howling Fjord. Howling Fjord on Alliance side is awesome. Way better than Borean Tundra. Still fishing for that last gland. I wonder if there's any in the water. I don't really see much down here. There's one. I got a little fishing school right there. It's gonna be great replacing all this gear too. We're gonna see a pretty big power increase to replace all of our items from TBC. That is one thing I liked about this character over all the other characters I've leveled in Wrath. Like on the DK, the Druid, and the Rogue, I barely replaced like any items. So this journey will be a lot different because we probably will replace like everything fairly soon.
Speak quickly.
Have you obtained the toxin glands I seek, Travis?
Trust no one.
You continue to prove your competence, Travis. Hopefully this toxin will be enough to boost our plague to the levels that we need to. At the very least, it should help weaken the recipient and make them more susceptible to infection.
Remember.
We just received word of reinforcements coming to the aid of the Alliance forces. Their timing couldn't be better. We're in sore need to test subjects, and these Northfleet reservists will do nicely. Take these plague vials with you and speak to Camille, the bat handler. Tell her you need to commandeer a riding bat for a special assignment for us. Once you're at sea, drop the vials on the reinforcement fleet. I can't wait to see the results.
Our time will come.
Alright. Turn this quest in too. And the reason why those characters, the Rogue, the Druid, and the DK, never really replaced gear is because I raided on the Druid and the Rogue in TBC, so the raid gear pretty much carried me all the way to 80. And then the DK gear that you get to, like while leveling up is pretty damn
This
strong.
better be good.
It's kind of crazy how strong it is. So
Beware
I
the
did eventually replace that, but it took a while. You've something to show me, mage?
Trust no one.
The High Executor looks at the map intently, occasionally looking up at the landmarks found around the fjord. Here's the eastern coastline over here. The Dragonflare and Winterscorn villages are here and here, and this must be us over here, marked for death.
Goodbye.
No one seems to know very much about the Vrykul. Our records show no signs of activity in their lands for centuries. Yet here they are, just as we move against Arthas. The map you retrieved makes it clear that we'll have to defeat them if our forces are to get any further into Northrend. One of my best sergeants, an abomination known as Gorth, oversees the blockade beyond the lift. Assist him in launching a preemptive strike on Baleheim. If a Vrykul attack occurs, it will be launched out from there.
Dark Lady, watch your...
Okay, so there we go. So I guess we'll do a little bit of a bombing mission here.
I am forsaken.
And what do we have to drop? The plague vials. Okay, we'll put those there for now. Oh, look at that. Got a cobalt deposit down there. Let's try to get that. Oh, there's the fleet over there. We gotta start dropping vials or we're gonna fail this mission. Well, there's a couple there. Looks like they're all seasick. Everyone's just on the floor. Even before we threw the vials. They had a rough trip. Hey? You must have had a rough trip. Okay. Should be enough photos for now. Do we request a stop, I guess? Or maybe they want us to throw more vials? I guess they give you like an ample amount of time. So you don't have to, you know, be too worried about failing the mission. It looks like we're flying back. Sky looks great here. Alright. Turn this quest in.
What is it?
The reports from the field are not encouraging. It's a pretty nice neck. A lot of spell power on it. Think we'll use it.
Remember, patience, discipline.
New Agamon.
Victory for
I'm afraid
survivors.
our equipment isn't exactly the best here at Vengeance Landing. After all, it's a military-controlled outpost. I will need you to take a sample of this strain to Chief Plaguebringer Harris in New Agamond. Follow the road beyond Baleheim, south and west. They have better equipment there. You will know what to do. You must hurry, Travis. Our enemies are stronger and more numerous than us. We need to develop a viable weapon against them.
Trust no one.
Do we have a body count? Well, the good news is we forced the reinforcements to turn back. Well, spit it out. What's the bad news? The plague was not quite fatal. However, reports of harmful effects include nausea, loss of equilibrium, and severe stomach pain. Severe stomach pain? Sounds like they're just, you know, they got the flu. Severe stomach pain. We are the Royal Apothecary Society. Inducing belly aches is not a part of our job description. Am I surrounded by amateurs? I want a full analysis of the new strain by tomorrow morning. Get on it, Ravian. Yes, sir. Well, looks like that that bombing didn't do too well. I guess we'll head up here. And we'll take the lift. We'll take the lift. This is probably the coolest thing about this Vengeance Landing is this elevator. This is like your first time actually like stepping foot on Northrend. Kind of feels like that. That's what I thought when I first came here on an undead. You get a pretty awesome view of Vengeance Landing from here too. Alright, so here we are. It's time to go to war with the Vrykul. Sergeant Gorth, Vykrul's is bigger and stronger than us, but we is better looking. You come to help? Good, good. Gorth was getting tired of killing Vykrul's all day. Help is welcome. Lesson in fear. When you've been in lots of fights like Gorth, you learn that to beat enemy good, you have to make them really scared to die. But these Vykrul's not afraid. You kill one and another comes, screaming louder and with a bigger weapon than the one before. Only thing that makes Vrykul afraid is when we kill the biggest and baddest Vrykul of all. Go fight the Winter Scorn across the blockade until hero Vykruls show up. Then You kill them dead and put Queen's flag on corpses. They must learn to fear. Alright, so let's get this Queen's flag here. There's Orc the Baleful already. Let's see if we can group these guys up. We can get an Orc here too. Our water at least get hit pretty hard here though. We're actually doing a lot of damage. Alright, don't forget to plant the flags. I always forget that. Why is this an invalid target? Oh yeah, we have to plant it on these guys. There we go. We have to slay Vrykul until their leaders appear. I wonder if any more leaders are around here. And this pungent seal is like, it's so much better than our glacier water. It's almost like double the amount of mana for 30 seconds. So I'll probably buy a bunch of it. We got gold, so we might as well use it. We'll probably use that instead of conjured water. Today we'll use conjured water, though. Next episode we won't. Can we cool the Vrykul were a playable race? Looks like we got another one coming, I think. Might have gone a little too far. So we're getting a lot of frostweave cloth. We'll be able to sell all this heavy netherweave bandage. Let's group up a bunch of these guys. See how many we can get here. Should be a good amount. Oh, there we go. Brought out one of the bosses. Gunner Thorvald. Should be a big AoE pull here. See how well our water elemental does. Alright, let's loot these guys. Plant our flag. No, I think we got one more to go. Wolf the Bloodletter. Drive the scum from the Vrykul homeland. There he is. Oh yeah, final. Gotta remember to plant the flags. You do some good killings over there. I see Vrykul men fall and get stabbed with Sylvanas' flag. Our side doing good. Alright, let's check out this rink. Pretty good rink. Better than the other rinks. I like this. Getting a lot of upgrades. Let's put this bad boy on. And I'm gonna call the episode here, guys. Next episode we'll continue questing up here with Sergeant Gorth. We'll try to finish off the Vrykul. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.